We play.
We fight.
We conquer.
Welcome to the Freak Show. I'm your host, Bumpy McSquiggums, and today, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if this is a first look or what this is going to be. Yeah, the demo for Heroes of Might and Magic Olden Era, released, I believe, yesterday. And it is available for you guys to check out and play. It's going to be part of Steam Next Fest coming up. And yeah, also other happenings. I don't have all the details. Maybe I should have all the details. I'm not entirely certain. I might have missed something, but I know that several months ago, Heroes of Might and Magic Olden Era added Hooded Horse on as their publisher as well as Ubisoft. But now when I look at the store page, Ubisoft is just not there at all. So I don't know if the HOMM franchise or license or what have you was bought by Hooded Horse. They own it now, or what the deal is. Either way, a little confused. When I find out more information, I will let you guys know. But I am excited to check it out. I was kind of hoping that I would be able to give you guys maybe a sneak peek way ahead of anybody else being able to cover it, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Also, now I have to reach out to my Hooded Horse people, which I did, and see if there's any way I can get involved with this game, because I would very much love to leave my little fingerprints, my grubby little mitts, somewhere, somehow, some way on the HOMM series as a whole, because, you know, I'm the HOMM guy, so no, that would be really cool. We'll see. Either way, I've not touched this yet. I loaded in. I went into settings, changed some volume and other stuff. But yeah, we're about to experience whatever we're going to experience for the very first time. I think we're probably going to do the tutorial, and then we'll see what, I guess, Quick Start brings, and just have a good time. Okay, looks like I've got some tough choice. Anyway, we have main, custom, select campaign, enter the profile name. Demo is going to be the profile name. And we're going to give it a shot. We're going to take a peek at what they have been working on for quite a while now. Just to give you guys a rough idea, literally minutes after this was announced by Ubisoft, whenever that was at this point, don't remember, I had reached out to them and said I want to be a part of this game. So I've been hoping for a long time to do something, whether it was first coverage. We'll see what happens in the future. Nobody cares about this. It's fine. This is a me thing. Welcome to the tutorial. Heroes of Might and Magic Olden Era is a tactical turn-based game where you will explore the maps. Explore maps, I guess. Or the map. Recruit and level up heroes, develop cities, and battle your foes. Throughout the game, you will encounter various mechanics. We will introduce and explain them step by step in this tutorial. The journey begins with the gameplay basics mission, where you will learn the core elements of the game. Once completed, you'll unlock a series of short challenges designed to deepen your understanding of the game's systems. To begin the tutorial, use the menu on the right side of the screen. Yeah, sure. Let us see what we're getting ourselves up into. Interesting load bar with the kind of the curvature here going on. I'm here for it. Looks like we have something going on with constellations potentially. Clearly we have the Necropolis group, and I'm not sure what the other ones were, to be honest. Welcome to the tutorial. We are going to teach you the basics of the game. To begin, or I can just do my normal voice. To begin, close this dialogue by clicking the left mouse button on the window. See, they could just hire me to do the tutorial voiceover. I would be happy to do that. I would love to do that. I even have a recording studio at the radio station that I work at. Like, could completely do all this stuff. I'm just saying, Hooded Horse and Unfrozen, give me a shot. Give me a chance. Let me leave my fingerprints on this. I'm sure at least one person would be happy other than me to hear that. I mean, sound off in the comments down below if you'd like to hear my annoying voice on the tutorial. Maybe we can strong arm that. Anyway, when you enter the game, you will find yourself on the global map, the game world where various objects, locations, and enemy forces are scattered. By default, most of the map is covered by the Fog of War, a visual effect that obscures the landscape and hides objects. To lift the fog, you must move your heroes, revealing new areas and interacting with special objects that uncover more of the world. To move a hero, double-click on the map using your left mouse button. The first click will mark your path, and the second will confirm it to send your selected hero on a march. The movement consumes heroes' movement points. Depending on what you are pointing at, the mouse cursor will change to indicate available actions or warn you if movement is impossible. During the game, you will encounter large territories that cannot fit entirely on the screen. At any time, you can move the camera to see any part of the map that you need. To do this, use any of the following movement patterns. I don't know. The movement control, it doesn't matter. Anyway, any of the following. Hold the right mouse button, drag the cursor, use WASD, WAS, yes, that is correct. Click on the mini-map, move your cursor to the edge, so panning, and start panning the map. You can only plot a route through areas that are not hidden by the Fog of War. Obstacles and enemy squads block movement and prevent route planning. Depending on the movement target, the route will be highlighted in different colors. Green, regular route, the hero can fully travel this turn. Gray, the hero doesn't have enough movement points to reach this part of the path in this turn. And red, it will end in a battle with an enemy squad or garrison. And it all makes sense. Now that you've learned the basics of movement, make your way to the marked checkpoint. You can always view your active tasks in the upper right corner of the screen. All right, ooh, it's kind of a fancy Fog of War thing. This is very different take on what is going on for the for HOMM. I like it, but it's very different. It's John Johnson. That's kind of funny. Move to the marked area. You know we got to zoom in. We got to look around. Do we have a Q and an E? Ooh, it looks like we have some sort of tearing going on. That's whatever. I don't really care. It's not going to bother me any. All right, we can drag. We can pan. It didn't look like, I didn't see it anywhere. Maybe I missed it. There's two settings that I would like to see in this game, hopefully before it launches in full. One of those settings is lock the cursor to screen. Kind of a massively important one for the HOMM series as a whole. I believe 6 didn't have that, and that kind of sucked. So I would very, very, very much like to see that added. Lock cursor to screen. And secondly, not quite as important, but I'd still like it. I don't want to be able to Alt Tab and have everything go quiet like this. So allow the game to play in the background. Don't mute it, or give us an option for that. Those are the two settings that I would, at least immediately, just looking at it beforehand, very much say we should have in the game. All right, so if we click here, is it left click? Do I have them selected? Oh, there we go. I can't click here because of the Fog of War here, so it's not allowing me to do it. If I click over here, it does show, and that's where we're going to go. Very good. And then we can go down here. We can move this far. Oh, there's a weird creature. We move this far, but we can't make it all the way here. But if we click here, we can do that, and that is as far as we can move. Your hero can no longer move. All movement points have been used up. I mean, this is all very basic stuff. 99% of you are already going to know this, or it's going to be very intuitive. I still appreciate and like seeing how tutorials approach things, and it always feels good to actually have those in there. So it's just me. I know. And I like doing it as maybe a public service, because a lot of people hate tutorials. I don't know why, but they do. So if I go and I run through the tutorial, you can watch it. Usually I'll have the game before most people do, and you can be like, oh, okay, well, I know what's going on now. Bumpy covered this, so they can just dive into the game and not still miss all that stuff. So, again, public service. Click the large round button at the bottom right of the screen to start a new day. Your hero will fully restore his movement points and can continue moving. Can we hit spacebar? E works. Great, your hero's movement points have been fully restored. Keep moving to the marked square. Yeah, it's a very, very different look. And again, this isn't like, oh my god, it's terrible. I mean, look at the iterations of the game throughout the many years of the HOMM series. From 1's just look, which again, it's where it all started, to 2 and 3 being very similar to one another, to 4 also kind of being a little to 5, which I rather enjoyed. I thought it was great. I really enjoyed 6 and 7 as well. So yeah, this looks great. It's just, again, quite different. All right, let's get moving. I like the burn away of the actual fog. I think that's kind of a nice touch. Like, it's almost like we have a hand-drawn scroll, and then the clouds are in the further away stuff, but when you get close to stuff, you can kind of see beyond the edge of your actual vision, knowing that there's going to be trees here. And then as you get closer, it burns it away like it's a scroll being ignited, and I like it. I think it's a very, very cool effect. Well done on completing the first task. I'm a hero. Now, proceed to the next checkpoint along the road. It will help your hero to move faster. Right, so no road versus road. Where is the next checkpoint? It just says follow the road. Okay. There's some cash monies down here. I'm not sure that I'm going to say things. Don't take them as criticisms or that's a horrible idea. I'll just say things that I find are a little bit strange or different or weird. Stuff that I might not like, but don't necessarily care. And it's possible also I just never paid enough attention to know, but I don't know that I like it telling me that it gives 400 to 800 gold. I think just having a gold pile there is usually enough. Also, 400 to 800 seems like a very random range versus it being usually it was 500 gold or 1,000. Usually there was a set amount. It was usually in 500 increments. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not really nitpicking. I'm just saying stuffs. All right, you have discovered an interactive object. Ooh, the Redwood Observatory. Very important building, and it looks just like you would expect it to. I appreciate that. A special structure that removes fog of war in a large radius around it. Throughout the game, you will encounter many interactive objects. To learn what each one does, simply hover your cursor over them. Interact with the Redwood Observatory to continue the tutorial. To do this, double-click it with the left mouse button. All right, so if we hover over, removes fog of war at a huge radius. It's better than climbing a random tree. True. All right, up we go. And look at that. Beautiful. You have uncovered a large area on the map revealing new objects. The passage ahead is guarded by an enemy, and piles of gold lie scattered nearby. Before attacking the enemy and moving on, collect all the gold around you. As you do so, the current amount of each resource will be displayed in the resource panel at the top of the screen. It's up here. All right, and that's another thing I wanted to point out, but didn't get a chance to yet. I will do so now. I believe 7, it's been a decade, but I believe 7 went back and they added in the multitude of different resources. 6 went a different route. 6 is a very different beast than the rest of the HOMM series. If you don't hyper focus and get angry about the differences that it made, and you just accept it and then you enjoy the game as it is, I found HOMM 6 to be absolutely wonderful. I really, really, really enjoyed it. It took a while though, because I was like, all right, this is fine, but it doesn't really feel... Yeah, anyway. Getting past that point and fully embracing HOMM 6, I really, really enjoyed HOMM 6. I thought it was great. I don't think it's the best in the series, but it was definitely way better than I initially thought and felt. I happen to really enjoy it. I know a lot of people don't like whatever. I don't care. But they went and they tried to simplify stuff. You had money, gold. You had ore and wood, or stone and wood if you prefer. And then you had dragon crystals. So those are your resources. There's only 4. Here we have the gold, we have the wood, we have the ore, and then we have gems, we have crystals, we have mercury, yeah, and oh boy, sulfur, oh, alchemical dust. Okay, that's fine. It should be sulfur, or what? It used to be sulfur. This is fine. Though I imagine some people will get violently angry over this because that's just what people do. They just get mad over the silliest of things. Anyway, alchemical dust, but again, they have a multitude of different resources, and that's good. I think I still prefer it this way, but, there was something about it being a little more simplistic in HOMM 6 that, again, once you embrace that, it's quite enjoyable. All right, we're going to end the turn again. My turn begins. They want us to collect all of the gold. Wait, why am I getting the 1,000 when it says it literally 400 to 800? Maybe we have some sort of thing that does that, and just fix your tooltip, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you there. It's fine. There we go. We had a 500 for that one. I feel like it could be 500 to 1,000, and it should only be in those increments, 500 and 1,000, which would make more sense than 400 to 800. Like I said, it was odd. And this was all 1,000, and then one was 500, I think. That's how that went down. Or maybe 2 or 500. I don't know. Keep going and plot a route. Maybe one was 1,500. Keep going and plot a route to the squad blocking your path. Your hero will start a battle as soon as it steps onto the square adjacent to the squad. Alright, we're heading there. Let's get it. This is going to be fun. Alright. Battles and heroes of might and magic take place on separate battlefields, divided into hexes. Hexagonal. There we go. I can say words sometimes. Hexagonal spaces. Creatures move across these hexes and engage in combat with enemies. I could edit that out, make myself sound smarter, but I just want to have a good time. And I want you guys to laugh at me being dumb sometimes. It's fine. The battles proceed in rounds. Once all stacks, both yours and the enemies, have taken their turns, the next round begins. The sequence of turns is determined by initiative. Could be speed, initiative, it's all the same. That's fine. The higher the creature's initiative value, the earlier their stack will act in each round. You can always check the turn order by looking at the initiative bar at the top of the screen. I don't know that that's ever been a thing in HOMM before. Maybe. But yeah, that's cool. I do not mind knowing that there's an initiative bar. That is totally fine for me. Looking at the bar, we'll see. This is turn 1, these in this order, turn 2 in this order. That's fine. Before the battle begins, the tactical phase is activated, during which you can adjust the alignment of your troops. I'd say the position of your troops as opposed to alignment, but that's just me nitpicking a little bit on the wordage or the verbiage. To do this, drag any friendly stack within the highlighted area. If you drag a stack onto a hex occupied by another stack, they will swap. That's cool. So you can just do that. I don't know if there's an option, maybe I missed it, to turn the grid lines on more, just to have like a more defined. I like seeing that. That's just always been HOMM to me. So when it's a little more soft like it is here, I like it less. But again, this is a me thing. I would like that as an option, but again, it doesn't really matter. All right, what's the best way to approach whatever we're about to fight? I don't know. I think maybe luring them into this and getting some choke points might be okay. All right, enemy movement and attack. So we get to go first, and then the Dino Boys, or whatever they are, get to go last. Okay, makes sense. The goal of the battle is to defeat the enemy army. To achieve this, your creatures must attack the enemy troops. The game features creatures with 3 types of normal attacks. What? Melee attack. The creature deals damage only when it is close. Yep, adjacent hex. Got it. Long reach attack. The creature can attack a target through 1 hex. Oh. Well, that's weird. Okay. And, of course, the range attack. Creature can attack from any distance, but not adjacent. However, the damage decreases as the target moves further away. The farther the target, the less damage is dealt. I'm fine with that. I think I would prefer there to be the optimal range point, like from 1 tile away or 1 hex away to maybe 60% of the battlefield, and that being the optimal range where you do full damage. I don't know that I like the further away it goes, the less damage you deal, because that means if you just shoot 1 hex away, you're going to do max damage. And then if they're any further away, you do less. I don't know that I like that. We'll see. We'll see how it feels once we get into it and we play. Again, there's stuff that's very defined as HOMM, and that like inside certain range you do your maximum damage, and then outside of it you do like 50% less or whatever it is. That's a very HOMM thing. It's not necessarily the best thing. It's just what I'm used to, what I expect. So that they don't have that kind of gives me a little of the... But we'll see. It might be fine. It might not really bother me. And it might be that it's worded slightly weird and I'm misunderstanding what's actually being said. If a stack can't attack at the moment, it can move closer to the enemy. Maximum movement distance depends on speed. Okay, so speed is different in this game. So initiative is its own thing. Speed is your movement. Okay, that's fine. I don't really care what they're called as long as they're there. A creature can both move and attack in the same turn. Important, any action, an attack, or a move ends the creature's turn. What? That... Okay. This must be worded improperly? A creature can both move and attack in the same turn, right? But then it says, any action, an attack, or a move ends the creature's turn, right? So if you move, it ends your turn, which means you can't then attack. But if you attack, it ends your turn, which means you can't then move. So these two lines literally cancel each other out, and they don't make any sense. So maybe I'm insane, but yeah, this needs to be addressed to be more clear in the future, because that just doesn't make any sense. All right, moving beyond that, I'm hoping that it's just worded wrong, meaning that once both actions are taken or something, it ends the turn. I don't know. All right, enemy movement and attack. When your creatures attack an enemy in melee combat, they may receive a counterattack in response. Yep, the number of counterattacks is limited. Yeah, okay, sure. Usually creatures can only counterattack once per round. Yeah, that's HOMM, yeah. In certain situations, if you don't want to stack to attack or move, you can use an additional tactical option. Wait, all right, hold on. This is important. If they get this wrong, they need to address it immediately. There's been many games that have had a wait command that do it not HOMM style, and I dislike that passionately. So the way this should work, and we'll read this here first, and then I will explain how it should work. Wait. The stack delays its action until the end of the current round, allowing others to act first. This option can only be used once per round per stack. Totally makes sense. Now, what's supposed to happen in HOMM, you're supposed to have your fastest unit, your highest initiative in this case, unit move first. So we're going to use these guys. So this guy would move first. If we waited, he would then literally move to this part of the thing. He would then act last as the person who waited first. So whoever's the fastest in the beginning, so by initiative order it'd be 1, 2, and 3. If 1, 2, and 3 wait, and then 4, 5, and 6 also wait, 6, 5, 4, it would basically then go in reverse order. Their turn would come up, their turn would come up, their turn would come up, then 3, 2, and 1. So the fastest when they wait become the last, and the slowest when they wait become the first after the wait. It's kind of just sounds dumb, but hopefully it works the way it's supposed to work. Oh, hold on, there's a scroll down button here, bar here. Skip turn. Stack forfeits its action for the round and won't be able to act until the next one. All right, manage your troops wisely. Shouldn't there be a defend command instead of skip turn? I mean, it's a shield here. I feel like that should just say defend, not skip turn, but alright, whatever. Manage your troops wisely, plan their positioning on the battlefield, and choose the optimal moment to attack to minimize losses from enemy counterattacks. Should not be skip turn, should be defend, and theoretically defend should also boost your defenses, as is the name. Maybe they're trying to avoid that being a thing. I don't know. So just a couple of discrepancies so far in this tutorial, that either by wording or by I don't fully understand what's happening. I'm literally just gonna wait. What is the wait button? How do I do that? It's over here. I don't, it doesn't say, this is another thing I would like to see. It doesn't have to happen. It's not that big of a deal, but one of the things I would very much like to see is when you hover over stuff, it shows keyboard shortcut, because I don't know what the wait thing is here. So I'm just gonna hit this. I'm gonna wait again, and then I'm gonna hit spacebar. That's skip the turn. Spacebar, skip turn. All right, they did this wrong. They need to fix this immediately. This is not how wait is supposed to work. Unless these guys all skip their turn as well. You don't just, yeah, that's no. This is not right. They need to fix this. Yeah, they need to fix this. This is not right. This is not how HOMM works. This is incorrect. And I know that they're doing whatever they want, like their own thing. I get it, but you can't just. You had high morale off of getting owned. All right. Wait, what is happening right now? Huh? I don't understand at all. Why? How? Why? What? Why did they go to, I don't... Huh? How? What? Why? Did they maybe wait first? Maybe that's what happened. Then maybe this is right. I don't know, man. My brain feels like it just got broken. Alright, it looks like they're faster. Can we bring up, like, a stat? Okay. Initiative is 8. Alright, fine. Our initiative 7. Alright, so I think this does work properly. I just somehow missed, or maybe they didn't show it, that they waited their first turn. And then it was our turn. That's very possible. So it looks like they have this right. And again, I apologize. I really like how HOMM does stuff. Do we have flanking in this game? It doesn't appear so. No, it doesn't look like it. Alright. Okay. Yeah, so stuff seems like it's going to be fine. Alright, now if you're wondering the numbers that are popping up, maybe I can clarify. Maybe I'm going to be wrong. If we look here, you're going to see a skull number at the top, and then you're going to see the heart number underneath. The heart number is how much actual damage you're doing. The skull number is how much of that damage is done, or once that damage is done, how many kills you're going to get out of the damage. So this is a stack of 4 units. If you guys don't know, this wasn't really explained, or maybe I glossed over it or just read it and don't remember. But each of these people are not one person. They are stacks. Again, if you're HOMM fans, you'll know this, but these are stacks of people. So we had, this one was a stack of 13 to start with. We've lost 2. This was a stack of 10 to start with, and we haven't lost any yet. This is also a stack of 10. This is a stack of 4. This is a stack of 2. This is a single unit at this point. And if we take a look, each of the units of these guys, what are they? These are troglodytes. Okay, they look different. Well, that's fine. Troglodytes, they have 8 health each. So that means that this one has 8 health times 4, which is 32. So 32 health to kill the entire group. That's why if you hover over, we do between 23 and 34, which means we're going to kill between 2 and 4. Again, simple math. It all makes sense. It's easy. This is oversimplifying stuff. I know you guys are going to be like, I know this stuff. I just want to fully explain things. This is cool. I like this so far. All right, so where did this guy? Yeah, I'm gonna roll the dice. I'm gonna try to take him out. Not quite, but we did kill off 3. That also means that when we attack with the 11 here, right? That means we have 6 attack. I don't know how attack versus defense works exactly. So please forgive me on that front. So I think attack versus defense, if your attack is 6 and their defense is also 6, you just do the 2 to 3 damage. If your attack is 8 and their defense is 6, maybe you do more damage. I don't 100% understand how that works. Maybe I would say this is maybe your chance to hit, but I don't really think that's a thing. So I don't really know what attack does. Or perhaps it's as I say, but this is literally attack is 6, which means your unit basically does 2 to 3 damage, but you add 6 to it, and then you go up against the enemy's defense. I know this is our defense, I'm just comparing it. So then you would start reducing the amount of damage done based on that, and then there might be just a bare minimum. So our 6 attack doing 2 to 3 damage versus their 5 defense doing 1 to 3 damage. All right, so that means that we would basically be doing 3 to 4 damage per attack, something along those lines, which we could math out and see if it would work that way. 21 to 31. 2 to 3, 21 to 31. Well, it would just be tacked on at the end then in this case. So we would get the +1 at the end. So it'd be 21 to... Yeah, I suppose that's how it works. I don't know. I never really go this in depth into any of this stuff, so I apologize if it seems really weird, or that I'm saying stuff wrong, or I'm kind of figuring out as I go. They should attack this guy. Yeah, and they did. How did he do 6 damage to him? How did he do 7? The guy does 1 to 3. Oh, okay. 25% extra damage until next round. Alright, that makes sense. I'm like, he does 1 to 3, and he has 3 attack, which we have... It didn't really make it... It's fine. Anyway, we win. I lost 3 units. Not the best. I skipped stuff. The initiative thing kind of threw me off. It's all good. We got 900 out of 1,052. I don't know what that means. But those are numbers that are there, and they're off-centered too, but it's fine. Again, this is a demo. I'm nitpicking small things. Hopefully this helps the developer. This isn't to like try to blow them apart or say they're doing a terrible job or anything like that. Just voicing my concerns, what I see, and hopefully it's stuff that maybe if they got missed, or the things got missed, that they can fix it. Congratulations on winning your first battle. Yay! This time you faced a weak enemy, but on your journey you'll encounter much stronger foes. To defeat them, you will need a larger army. Yeah, I will. Nearby, you can see the swordsman garrisons. Special buildings where you can hire reinforcements. Use the gold you've collected to recruit new troops and clear the path ahead. And this is the garrison. Alright, so what I'm going to do, actually, is this. I'm going to move there. I'm going to end my turn. If we hold Alt, it does highlight stuff. I did like to hear that sound, the turn-ending thing. You can recruit swordsmen in this dwelling. Their weekly growth rate increases by 1. Fancy tactics might be useful, but it won't achieve much without basic infantry. So are these swordsmen? Yes. Okay. Continue forward. You strengthened your army. What? Continue forward. You strengthened your strengthened army can now take on a tougher enemy. Continue forward. Your strengthened army can now take on a tougher enemy. Alright, it's fine. Like I said, I'm not like trying to whatever. Just showing that there's some flaws here. Okay, we can split it. That's wonderful. I'm probably going to go with like 12 across the board, maybe. I know there's probably better ways to do this. I don't know what the weird, like, halo stuff going on down at the bottom. What is all this? What does this mean? See, none of these have context or tooltips. Is that dismiss? Is this trade? I don't know what any of that means. I don't want to click it because I don't want to, like, lose things. Okay, anyway, so we did that. There is another garrison over here. I would like to have him not... I'll join the one squad, but that's fine. If we do 4... We do 4. And then we do 10. Okay, I'm going to move you here, I'm going to move you here, I'm going to move you here. Now, what used to be a thing, I don't know if it's still... Oh, there's more. I really should pay attention to how many there actually are in all of these things. This is fine. It used to be that your first unit was, if they're all the same initiative, would go first in the turn. But that might not be the case here. Alright, so now we moved over here to 34 on this group. I'll split it out to 18. I think that's fine, probably. We could technically do this and make these a little bit more robust if we really wanted to. We do a 4 here. And we can do a 4 here. And then we could even split these out one at a time if we wanted. And make everything just slightly more annoying than it currently is. And I kind of like that idea. So I kind of want to do it. Because who doesn't want to make things more annoying? There we go. Perfect. Everybody is now even. 21 across the board. It's fine. All right. Way too long and slow and awkward for me to do that, but we got it. All right. The tactic should be tactics phase, I want to say. They should throw an S on there. Just, again, my thing. I don't know what this is. We also didn't use our hero in any way, shape, or form, which I assume maybe we'll learn about now? Maybe? I'm going to move our squad up closer to one another. All right. Start battle. These guys are waddling their way forward. They are moving first. That is how initiative should work. This guy must have waited his turn. So it makes sense. It's interesting that even on the battlefield, the green and the white and all that stuff, or gray, kind of still tracks the same way. I'm not going to move with these guys. I am going to go ahead and click the spell book. We don't have any spells. Can I attack or something with our hero? I don't... Is it just like the old school version where we can't actually do anything but like basic attacks? High morale? Oh, that's not what I wanted to do, but that's fine. Alright, they're probably going to spit at us. Yeah, I assume that was going to be the case. Ha! Okay, we got stabbed back. Did not appreciate that, but this guy's going to go down like a sweet muffin. And we could technically wait, but there's really no point in it. I'm just going to... Well, I didn't... Yeah, skip turn, I guess. Again, should be defend. Skip turn doesn't feel right. They're going to be able to do 2 turns back to back. This is how it's supposed to work. They did get it right, so... My apologies for the initial misunderstanding that we were faster and we were going first. They obviously waited their first turn. Alright. Gonna scoot in behind and take a good old slow... Oh. Okay, hold on now. That was... Alright. Is that fine? I'm trying to think back to the days of HOMM 3. I think that's how it worked, and I think this is supposed to be sort of modeled on that thing, on like the way that game worked. So I moved, and then I still had the impression in my mind, which was wrong, that I could attack. So I guess technically their tutorial tooltip that said you can move or attack, or if you move or attack, it ends your turn, somehow was right. But I would still word it somehow differently. So if we just moved here, it would literally end our turn. But if we attack, no matter which angle that we choose to move to attack, it will also end our turn. So it was right. But boy, was that confusing. Okay, that's fine. Ah, okay, this makes more sense. Still feels like it's slightly off-centered. Maybe I'm crazy. It looks like it did. Anyway, we got 148 experience, so I guess that's what the 52 was. I don't know what the other number was last time. Maybe it was money that we gained, but we leveled up to level 2. Hero skills and levels. By exploring the world and defeating opponents, your hero earns experience points. Once enough experience is gained, the hero levels up. With each new level, the hero receives random improvements to their attributes and chooses one of 3 secondary skills. Passive abilities that enhance their overall performance. Choose your skills wisely to strengthen your hero. Heroes with well-thought-out skill combinations play a key role on a path to victory. Alright, each hero has 4 different attributes. Okay, this is good. Attack, defense, spell power, and knowledge. Okay, very old school. I approve. Attack and defense are added to the corresponding stats of the creatures in combat, increasing the damage they deal or reducing the damage they take. Basically, yeah. The spell power boost, I wish it broke it down more, but it's fine. I don't know that it ever has. So I don't actually know the real formula. So we'll see. Spell power boosts the effectiveness of spells. Higher values means increased spell damage and longer durations for positive or negative effects. And then knowledge increases your hero's maximum mana, allowing for more spell casts. Yep. In addition, each hero also affects 2 combat stats. Okay, morale and luck. These are applied to all creatures in the hero's army. Morale affects creature behavior. High morale can give a stack extra turn, while low can make them skip it. Important, the more different factions are present in your army, the lower the overall morale. Yep, they only like to fight with themselves. They're very factionists, I guess, in that sense. An army composed of 1 faction gains +1 morale. Each additional faction reduces morale by 1, so -1. Luck influences the chance of landing a lucky/enhanced or unlucky/weakened strike. So like double damage or, again, enhanced or a much weaker attack. Attributes gained at each level depend on the hero's class. Might heroes are more likely to gain attack and defense, while magic is more likely to get spell power and knowledge. Similarly, the probability of acquiring specific secondary skills varies. Might heroes tend to learn army-focused skills, while magic heroes are more inclined towards spell-enhancing skills. Hero classes and skill progression. Each secondary skill has 3 levels. As the hero levels up, the skill can be advanced as follows. Upon reaching the 2nd level, you choose one of 3 sub-skills. Upon reaching a 3rd level, you can choose one of 2 final sub-skills. Each upgrade improves the core effect of the skill that allows you to tailor your hero to your preferred playstyle. Alright. In addition, basic battlecraft. In addition, your hero can attain an advanced class. To do so, you need to acquire a specific combination of maximum level skills. Oh, this is interesting. It's a challenging path, but the reward is worth it. The hero will become significantly stronger and gain powerful new abilities. To find out which skills are required to unlock an advanced class, hover your mouse over the class icon in the hero profile. That's kind of a cool thing. I feel like they did stuff similar to this, but it wasn't a class change. It was certain skills work together to unlock like other skills that work together. So you kind of played. There was stuff that was similar to this that I never fully understood because I kind of do everything off the bat or seat of my pants or just figure it out as I go along. I don't do a lot of pre-planning. So I go in. I'm like, okay, I know I like leadership. I like luck boost or whatever it is, right? I like those things. I think it was Destiny with the Ubisoft versions. Anyway, so I like those things. And then I would always also get logistics so I could move further. So there were certain skills that I always liked, but I never like fully. I think it was maybe HOMM 3 or HOMM 5 that you really got to like specialize and do some crazy stuff. I think it was HOMM 5, but maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, this is cool. I like the idea of this. Also, pay attention to the hints that shown when leveling up. If a selected skill brings you closer to an advanced class, a small icon corresponding class will appear next to it. Okay. At any point during the game, you can view detailed information about your hero. To do so, double-click the portrait in the bottom part of the screen. Oh. Isn't his portrait in the top? Okay, so this is what we have right now. John Johnson. Friendly creatures take 10% less damage from basic attacks. No, this is level 2. This is what we can choose. He is a knight. And then, what is this thing? Oh, a little story about the lad. So he is a knight. He's got Salt of the Earth. Swordsman growth in your cities increases by 1. Under his command, swordsmen gain 1 speed, 1 initiative, and 20% HP. Their attacks and defense increased by 1 for every 3 hero levels. The enemy swordsmen lose an equal amount of attack and defense. Oh, that's neat. It shows how many movement points we have. This is cool. I like this. And then basic scouting. Ugh. I don't know. I've never been one that's been super keen on the scouting thing. Like, sure, you can see further, but how useful is that really? There's other skills that feel better than that to me. What is this? Long sight? The sight radius increases by 1, doubled if you know luck. Familiar paths, plus 15% movement points if the hero starts the day in an area they control. Is double if they know intelligence. Pathfinding, terrain penalty, sure. Visions, these are all... Can we click these, or... I don't know. So the exact composition of the enemy. Yeah, that's cool. Removes the fog of war within 2,000... 200%, sorry, hero sight radius. Squares the hero every morning. Huh. I don't know that that's super useful. I'm going to probably... Again, logistics, though. That's, well, pseudo-logistics, I should say. Alright, we're going to go with basic defense. Just feels better for me in general. Alright, so these are going to be out for a while. It does seem to show that there are 0 available for us to select. So that's good to know. And there's a city up here. I know we're going really, really slow, and I'm kind of diving into all this stuff. I hope you guys appreciate that and it doesn't just annoy you. I know a lot of people just want to see gameplay and see, you know, stuff being played out and so on and so forth, and get as far as you can without having me babble about everything. But I know some people appreciate my thoughts, my insights, or at least my opinions and, you know, how I feel about various different things. All right, we're going to end the turn, and we're going to go to the city. Well done, you've completed the first part of the tutorial and now know the basics of the game. In the next tutorial mission, you will learn more advanced features and strategies in greater detail. Yay! Alright, cool. I don't know how much tutorial there's going to be, but I feel like we did learn a pretty sizable amount about the game already. Alright, we've completed, yep, we learned the basics. A more challenging mission is now available, offering a deeper introduction to the mechanics of heroes, might, and magic. Alright, let's do it. We'll go a bit longer. Welcome to the tutorial. We're going to teach you the basics of the game. To begin, close this dialogue by left-clicking the mouse. Yep, okay. When you enter the game, you will find yourself on the global map, the game world where various objects, locations, and enemy forces are scattered. By default, most of the map is covered by the fog of war, a visual effect that obscures the landscape and hides objects. I feel like we've already been over this, but fine. To lift the fog, you must move your heroes, revealing new areas. Yep. Special objects. Yeah. Double. We did all this. This is all stuff that we've done. As you learn the basics of movement, make your way to... Am I not in this? Didn't I just finish this? I feel like I did this. Was I not in a new tutorial? I'm so confused. Okay, well, we just got brought back to the same tutorial. Aha. So we had to change it. That's fine. I was like, clearly I did something wrong. So I'm glad this was an easy enough fix for us. Alright, get familiar with advanced mechanics. Okay, onward. Onward we go. I have no idea how difficult this is going to be overall. So when we do finally play the game, I'm not sure what difficulty I'll play it on. Might do it on normal, like I tend to do most games. But I did find HOMM 7 quite easy, so I did play that on the hardest difficulty. So I don't know, we'll see. HOMM 6 I found quite difficult. Same thing with HOMM 5. Or at least parts of it. I didn't really want to struggle as much with those games. Not that I had a lot of struggles with 7. But anyway, we'll see when the time comes. Welcome to the second tutorial mission. Your goal... Thank you for saying that, by the way. Welcome to the second tutorial mission. That means a lot. Your goal is to reach the city at the opposite end of the map and capture it. I'm being I'm glad that that was included, so I know that I've moved on to the next tutorial. Like, that's a good thing to have. I'm not like mocking them like, oh, thanks for telling me. No, I mean it for real. The city is guarded by an AI player, so prepare your hero and army for an upcoming battle. Start by capturing nearby mines. They'll provide you with resources and become the bases of your economy. Okay, let's see what they have to say here. As you explore the world, you will come across a wide variety of objects on the map, buildings and items your hero can interact with. Hovering over any interactive object will display a description, helping you decide whether it is currently useful to visit. Just like with standard movement, you can set a route to an interactive object. Once confirmed, the hero will automatically move to it and interact upon arrival. Each object has specific interaction squares, usually located just below it. When setting a destination, your hero's path will be planned accordingly. All right, good. Now, I have no idea if they... Okay, I have no idea if they're planning to explain stuff completely, so I will maybe over-explain. That'll be explained in the tutorial itself, but I'll explain it here in a minute, but let's read this first. On the global map, you'll encounter neutral squads, the kind of the bread and butter of HOMM. Hostile creatures that guard valuable items, allows you to level up and do a whole bunch of stuff. Key objects are passages to new territories. By hovering the cursor over a neutral squad, you can view its creature types and suspected amounts of guards you will face. Neutral squads can feature one or more creatures at the same time. Now, also pay attention to the suggested difficulty of the battle. This indicator shows how challenging the encounter is likely to be for your selected hero. So yes, the higher this is, the more likely you're going to struggle and or die horribly. It's not always accurate, but it's a pretty good indicator. Leah, the Untethered One. All right, both neutral armies and your hero's armies can include a wide variety of creatures. Each creature has its own stats, passive traits, and active abilities. While on the global map, you cannot view detailed information about enemy creatures. However, you can always check the stats and abilities of creatures in your own army. Simply double-click the portrait of the desired at the bottom of the screen. Got it. All right, so things to be aware of when you are going for things like the sawmill or the ore mine. These produce 2 ore per day. This one produces 2 wood per day. Some of them only do 1. Whatever the case is, the point is, every single day you're going to get resources from these. If you're new to HOMM, this is a very important thing to know. They may cover it, they may not. If you have the option of, let's say, going here, attacking this guy, and then claiming the ore mine, or if you only have enough movement to claim the ore mine or pick up these resources, which give you a fairly decent chunk of resources, it is always better, or like 90, there's small caveats where it's not, but 99% of the time, it's better to get the ore mine first. Pick up the stuff off the ground after you secure the actual thing that produces. That way you don't run out of movement and you're not able to get it, and then a whole day goes by where, yeah, you're missing out on 2, but that's 2 that you'll never get back. Whereas if you don't pick this up, you pick it up next turn, you get all that you would have gotten originally anyway. I will make the mistake of not doing that sometimes, thinking I have enough movement to pick everything up. Don't be like me and do that poorly. Do it properly. Try to always remember to tag the mines first. Get those resource buildings going. The earlier you get them in your turn, in the game, the map, whatever it is you're doing, the better off it is for you. It's very, very, very important to do. So, that all being said, I know it hasn't told me to go to the town yet. I don't really want to go and do battle with these guys. This is an upgraded swordsman, by the way. The 5 to 9, that's upgraded swordsman. I can tell just by the graphical change. But we're going to go to the city first because that's what you do when you play HOMM, right? All right, the tutorial. Cities. Cities are the cornerstone of your progress in the game. Each one is unique and offers... Is it unique? It is. And offers vital functions that can lead you to victory. A building. Construct new buildings to expand your city's capabilities. Buildings unlock features such as army recruitment, true, unit upgrades, trading, and more. Construction requires resources and, at times, specific prerequisite buildings. Very true. Hiring creatures. One of the city's core roles is to recruit troops, not just finding those random buildings that let you get swordsmen. So you build them in your city. Building creature dwellings allows you to hire units. Their available numbers replenish at the start of each week. While there's been some games that do it daily, and maybe even a HOMM game might have done that. I don't remember. Like, you get so many, and maybe it's just something else that's not HOMM related that's similar to HOMM, right? But I still kind of appreciate when you don't have it, but I also appreciate HOMM sticking to once a week, at the start of the week, that's when you get to go and recruit your troops. Upgrading creatures. Upgraded dwellings allow you to enhance your units. Keep in mind, only creatures whose improved dwellings are present in that city can be upgraded there. Yep. All right, recruiting heroes. Once a tavern is built, you can recruit additional heroes. While not essential, having multiple heroes gives you greater flexibility and control over the map. It's true, I do tend to run the Deathball army. That's my style of gameplay. I don't generally like having multiple heroes with smaller armies running around. I may get multiple small heroes, but they're usually, I don't want to say naked, but they don't have any forces. And they basically go around and tag stuff for me, or they explore out something, or after my death ball comes through and slaughters stuff, they pick up everything behind them, right? That's my play style. It works very well for most of the things. It's not the only play style, and it may not even be the best play style. It's just what I do. So take that with a grain of salt or a cup of sand or something. I don't know. All right, trading resources and artifacts. Construct a market to exchange resources and artifacts, helping you manage your economy more efficiently. I am very bad, and everybody will attest to it who's watched any of my HOMM gameplay, at ever looking to trade artifacts. I just usually deal with whatever it is I find, and I never really bother to check. Maybe that'll change with this game. I don't know. Hopefully, because it's something that has driven people crazy before. I apologize. Unique faction abilities. Each and every faction offers distinct advantages. Cities tied to a specific faction provide access to exclusive features that can dramatically shift the game in your favor. Additionally, cities generate gold daily, and accumulate law points, that's new, which are used to activate your faction's special bonuses. Okay. Each city can hold up to 2 heroes at a time. A visiting one and a garrisoned one. The one in the guest position, the hero is visible in the city and on the global map. The one is in the garrison. The hero is stationed in the city and disappears from the global map while there. You can freely move heroes and creatures stacks between guest position and the garrison during your turn. However, keep the following in mind. Every hero must have at least 1 creature stack. Okay, back to the old school way. A hero without an army is considered defeated. Apart from the neutral squads, creature stacks cannot exist on the map without a hero. You cannot transfer creatures from the garrison to guest position unless there is a hero present there. Right, so what they're saying is you can have a whole bunch of creatures garrisoned without a hero, but in order to put them on the map, which would be in the guest position, you have to have a hero in the guest position, then you can pull stuff down. Pretty sure that's what that means. All right. It looks like we actually can hire a couple of different troops. I'm curious to see what all the troops are going to be. This is clearly a griffin. This is probably an archer. Maybe, I can't tell. I think that's a crossbow. I have no idea. Sisters of Battle, maybe. This looks like a cavalier. I don't know, and I don't know. I don't know. These pictures they look cool, but they're kind of hard to suss out exactly what they are. Some of them, anyway. All right, how do we do stuff in here? I like how this moves. I think this is cool. It looks very nice, very lovely. Can we click? Oh no. Okay, well, we'll figure it out. Construct new buildings, recruit creatures. Okay, they just have everything on buttons over on the side. That's less fun, but it's easier to do. Can we click on buildings? Oh, we can still. That's cool. I don't know why we can't click on the main castle, though, to recruit all troops. If I had a suggestion, especially being a HOMM veteran, and I know a lot of people, you could usually do that. I know there were other ways where there was like a bag or, whatever that we could click. Stuff like this was like in a radial menu down here. I don't really care where you put this. This is good. I'm glad this is here. You should keep it. But just like you can click on the individual buildings where people are. Crossbowmen, right? Well, this is good. I love to see this. This is very, 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 very cool. I like it. But you should also have your main building, your main castle should actually work the same as this. It should be this. Whether it leads directly to this or it's some other iteration. Like this pops up, right? You should be able to click here and it should basically just do this. Again, small little thing. I think people will appreciate it. Those are my thoughts. You guys can let me know in the comment section. Again, feel free. Why are there 3 different variants? Because there's 3 different variants. I love that so much. So much I love that. That is incredible. I can't wait to figure out how all that works. All right, I'm not going to look at all that stuff too much right now, but boy howdy does it... All right, I lied to you guys. I'm going to look at it. Guard Captain and Sun's Aegis. Then we have the Crossbowman, the Austringer, and the Marksman. Then we have the Griffin, the Temple Griffin, and the Guardian Griffin. I assume each one is stronger. Yeah, it looks like it. So I was wondering if maybe these were like, you can have this one or that one, and it's kind of like a split. But no, this is just like a tier 3. I love this. This is something I think HOMM should have maybe done like a long time ago. Like HOMM 3 even could have done it. I know a lot of people will be like, no, HOMM 3 was perfect. Whatever. HOMM 3 was good. It was great. It's definitely overhyped. Meaning that it's still incredibly good. It's really, really, really good. Don't think I'm saying it's a terrible game and people are hyping it up. But the amount of hype it has, it's great. But people are like, it is the greatest game ever made. It's not that. I still find HOMM 5 to be better than 3. And I think if HOMM 7 didn't have bugs, HOMM 7 would be better than 3 and maybe better than 5. Anyway, doesn't matter. I know that'll invalidate me to a lot of people, but that's fine. All right, but HOMM 5 did stuff similar to this, and HOMM 7, you kind of had a split at the end of what creature you wanted. But this is just a straight 1, 2, 3 upgrade, and I really, really like that. I think that's something that, again, should have been done in like HOMM 3, HOMM 4, HOMM 5. Like, we should have at least 3 tiers of upgrades by then. That's an easy way to bring the game forward without changing a lot of stuff. I 100% approve of this. Cavalry, Noble Cavalry, and then Sunspear Cavalry. All right, the Inquisitor, the Mother Superior, and the Excommunicator. And finally, we have the Angel, the Archangel, and the Apotheosis. All right, I 100% approve of this. This is wonderful. Very, very, very well done. And Frozen, you guys did a fantastic job. Good thinking on this front. 100% get my approval on it. I think I'm going to double down a little bit here. I also, just to be clear, I did expect a slightly different situation for this as far as the units go. I'm not saying that this is wrong or bad by any stretch of the imagination, but I was expecting a peasant, the crossbowman, or the archer, or whatever. Is the griffin next? I think then the swordsman would have been next, and then the griffin. So everything would have been kind of shifted by one. But getting rid of the peasants, the fat babies as I call them in some of the games, opened us up to being able to have a light weaver, which I assume is ranged. Maybe? Yeah, ranged attack. And an Inquisitor, who I would have also thought was ranged, but I guess not. Maybe they have spells? Anyway, very, very cool stuff. I'm excited to see how all that works out. I approve. We could upgrade creatures if we had the Muse 2, but we don't. So we can't do that just yet. What is this? Is that switching between? Okay. And what I was saying earlier as well, just to show you guys, we can't do this. It won't let us. See, it leaves us with 1. Oh, it does automatically move it to 1, though. I approve of that as well. That's a very, very, very good thing. But we can have as many units as we want in here without a hero. That's fine. But if we want to put them on the map, there has to be a hero visiting in order for that to work. We should build a new building. I don't know what I'm looking at 100% here. Allows recruitment of swordsmen. Golden Calf? Is that... That's like the tier of Asha. Okay. Or the... I don't remember what it was called in... Is it just a relic? What was it called in HOMM 3? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Solar Temple. Grants Kingdom 1,000 gold and 1,000 law points daily, plus 1 hero cap. There's hero caps? Some interesting things. All right, so it looks like I think we have this already. Looks like the ones in blue are already built. The ones in green are ready to be built, and then the ones in red, in this case, the gold calf, means we don't have the resources, or in this case, the relic item thingy, to construct it. Okay. So the garrison, off of the garrison, we can build the rookery, which gives us griffins. We build the garrison 2, which allows us to recruit guard captains and sun aegisises. Sorry, I need to see. Oh, maybe it is maybe these are choices. Because why would you ever... There must be a reason why you would want a guard captain over a sun aegis. Strikes twice. Ranged defense. Anointed defense. I don't know. Anyway, either way, sorry, I'm getting lost in this stuff. I'm very excited by it either way. Allows recruitment of light weavers, and it looks like we maybe have to have either one of these buildings or all 3 of them. Unlocks 4 tier 1 magic spells in the observatory. I mean, I'm gonna go with the rookery almost assuredly. It does look like you only have to go 2 buildings in, and then you can get options, or you can then recruit the additional troops. Huh. Well, even if there's not straight tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 units, and there is a split and a choice, that's still cool. I would have liked to have seen a tier 3, though. The hippodrome. We have the crossbow. Who's a fog of war with it? That I don't care. Wait, does the fog of war like randomly come back? Provides walls during sieges, allows the owner to pick. I mean, that's important to get too. Marketplace. Solar temple. This is just building the city up. Okay. A bank. Oh, that's useful. Guild of 6 Winds. Allows a selected hero to spend a day learning. They are unavailable until tomorrow and receive a bonus to an attribute of their choice. What? That's cool. I want to do that at some point. Not now, though. All right, we're getting lost in this. I'm just going to make the choice. I'm building the rookery. Oh, we can see it actually be built. And then we can click on that, and we can just get the troops. Or we can go over here to pull the troops in. All right, we're getting our griffins ready to go. They are now in our stuff. All right, I think I'm going to go for ore first. Okay. Gold, wood, ore, crystals, gems, mercury, and alchemical dust are the main resources in the game. Sure. They are essential for nearly all gameplay activities, constructing buildings, hiring troops and heroes, studying and upgrading spells, and more. Your objective is to gather a variety of resources and use them strategically to strengthen your position over time. Resources can be obtained in several ways, found directly on the global map, acquired by capturing mines, collected by visiting objects across the map. Yep. All right, I'm going to go and claim this. I was kind of hoping that they would run from me. They did not do that. I don't know what we're faced with here, but we're going to find out. I mean, I know what we're up against, I should say. Do we have any skills with you? We do. This creature's attack increases by 5 and its initiative by 1. Ah! Duration 2 rounds. Does not end the turn. So at this point, if we wait, he should move to the very end of the thing, right? And he did. That's again, it's perfect. They knew what they were doing. I just had to trust them, and I didn't. It's on me. D skips turn. Okay. All right, it does have a broken arrow, and I'm curious again. if it was just worded weirdly or how it's going to actually work. I mean, I don't really plan to move forward on this, really. How far can you move? There? I mean, I'm just going to move here then, I guess. If I hit W, does it... Oh, okay. That makes sense. W, because you're not really scrolling the map. I wonder if all the battlefields are going to be just a single screen. I imagine the sieges are going to have to be a little bit bigger than that. Oh, and then we have Heroic Strike. I didn't even notice that here. Okay. How does that work? Can I just do that, or... I don't know. Alright. So they moved faster than our archer, and they're waiting, which again makes complete sense. Alright, now he has to move. And now we can go over here and slapify him. And we will. And he's going to attack us. I want to see what the Griffin does. I'm curious. I'm going to defend. And then, how does this work? Ability tier 3. Positive effect. Alright, combat magic. One way to win the battle is by using spells that your hero knows. When it's your creature's turn, the hero can use the spell book to cast a desired spell. Usually, a hero can cast a spell only once per round. However, there are ways to bypass this limitation and cast a spell multiple times in one round. To do this, you must use spells from a different school of magic that you haven't used yet during the current round. Spells from the same school of magic that have already been cast will be blocked until the next round begins. Casting consumes mana, which is limited in recovery during battle. Huh. Blessing. Oh, this is lovely. And Weakening Ray. There's one counterattack charge. Oh, that's cool. Target friendly creature deals 10% bonus damage. I mean, I'm going to do it. We don't need to do it, but I'm going to do it anyway. I guess this is our mana. 12 out of 20 now. Alright, well, I couldn't really figure out how to get the tier abilities to work. Oh, it's going to tell me right now. In addition to movement and attacks, creatures can use abilities, special active skills that can deal damage, strengthen friendly creatures, weaken enemy creatures, and more. To use abilities, units need focus, which accumulates, during the battle. When a stack attacks or takes damage from an enemy, it generates one focus point for its army. After accumulating the required number of focus points, you get a focus charge, which is spent to activate the abilities. Okay, that makes sense. Different abilities may require different amounts of focus charges to activate. The required amount is shown on the ability icon. Sure. After using an ability, it enters cooldown and becomes unavailable for several rounds. The cooldown duration is equal to the cost of using the ability and focus charges. Many creatures have powerful abilities that can significantly alter the course of battle. Use focus wisely. That's cool. A different a resource to use in combat. I can get behind that. In addition to creature abilities, your hero can also use active abilities, which also require focus charges. Huh. These abilities follow the same rules as creature abilities. After use, they enter cooldown. You use your hero's active abilities when their creature's turn arrives. These abilities can be activated at any time. And using a hero's ability does not end the creature's turn. Your heroes initially have the ability to attack the enemy. Okay. Other abilities are unlocked as you progress by learning special skills. Use the focus charges your army accumulates wisely. Don't forget to activate a creature's or hero's abilities at the right moment to maximize your effectiveness in battle. Okay, that all makes sense. I understand now. I still need to see where that bar is specifically, but I get it. Alright, so we defeated him, and first thing we should do, now that we've defeated him, is I should be able to just left-click this and claim it. I don't know why it's not letting me do that. Oh. Well, that's weird. Okay, well, there was an ore piece in the way. Some interactive objects on the map have an owner, the player who last interacted with them. These objects are marked with the flag next to the model and the color of the... Yeah, I got it. Uh-huh. Come on. Owned objects include cities under your control, as well as other key structures, such as mines. These generate resources for your treasury on a daily basis. They are the cornerstone of your economy, and creature dwellings allow you to hire reinforcements. Like in cities, the number of available units is limited and replenishes at the start of each week. All right, so small complaint on this, and again, maybe I'm off base here, but if this is where I'm pretty sure it was coded in all the other games that you could not place a object like an ore pile on the entrance to a mine. I don't think it makes sense to have that as a thing that's possible. So if this is the spot it's supposed to be, there shouldn't be a way to place something there. I also feel like where the flag is probably where it should have been, but I'm fine with it being here. That's not a big deal. But that means that the ore pile should have not been there. It should have been here. Again, small little complaint. Again, let me know your thoughts. Whoever left it here, you absolutely need it more. Once per week. Oh, this is like a windmill, but for ore directly. That's interesting. I don't hate that at all. All right, I'm going to claim that. Can I just... Okay, I have to go up and around. That's fine. All right, and here's the Might and Magic gameplay is divided into days, weeks, and months. To succeed each day, use your resources wisely, move your heroes carefully, keeping in mind their limited movement. Explore the map, interact with important objects, recruit troops to strengthen your heroes' armies, unlock new areas, and construct buildings to develop them. Yep. To develop a city, one of the following ways: move a hero there. Sure. Move a hero to the city, guest square, plotting a route to it. Double click on the city, and you'll get that as your icon change or your pointer change. Double click the city icon on the right. Remember, each city you control is unique. Buildings constructed in one city will not automatically appear in others. Yep. At the start of each new day, several important events take place. Heroes' movement points are fully restored. You can construct new buildings in your city, which you can only do one building at a time. Just FYI. Temporary effects may activate or expire depending on their duration. Every 7 days, a new week begins, and every 4 weeks marks the start of a new month. These time intervals also trigger major game events. Now, the month thing is different. That's new. Notably, creature growth, the number of units available for recruitment increases in cities and in special objects on the map. Really? To start new day, I didn't know that unless they're just saying like at the end of the week. Well, whatever. We'll figure it out. All right. We need to end a turn. We basically did everything that we could. Managing multiple heroes. In Heroes of Might and Magic, you can use multiple heroes to explore the map more efficiently and quickly. Each hero has their own level set of skills and can perform various roles, from a simple scout and resource collector, which I use mostly as my extra heroes. Sometimes I'll get a secondary hero that's like a in-game character and not just a randomly selected hero. And if this hero, say, maxes out at level 6, I may transfer the death ball from this hero to the other hero that's a named hero that's going to continue through the campaign with me. So sometimes I still do try to level up other heroes. So we'll see. And that way I have options like, I'm like, oh, I prefer magic with these guys, or I prefer might with this one, or I just didn't get the right stats or the skills that I wanted based off of the randomness. This person's better, so I'll use that, so on and so forth. Each hero has their own level, set of skills, and can perform various roles. Yep. To hire new heroes, you will need gold. They can be hired at anywhere that has a tavern. You can control only a limited number of heroes. Oh, they gave us a second hero at a time. Capturing new cities increases this limit. Interesting. However, if you lose control of the cities, the maximum number of heroes decreases, and you may lose the ability to recruit new ones. Your currently recruited heroes are displayed on the left side of the screen. So they gave me this person as a secondary hero. It is Leah, the untethered one. Portal exit. Oh, okay. What do you have? You've got a nice, sizable, small little group. All right, now this is a treasure chest. You can either claim the gold, or theoretically, the alternative is you disperse the gold amongst the people and you gain experience. Is kind of how it was always phrased. So you basically get gold or you get experience. And it looks like you get half the amount of experience as what you would get for gold. So if you're doing okay resource-wise, it's almost always better early on, maybe. Again, arguably, maybe it's not, but I prefer to actually go and get the resources and get the experience from that. I feel like that's a more important thing than just getting the gold. So maybe I said that wrong, but getting experience over getting the gold. Now, if we're doing really well and we're fast approaching the level cap, then maybe I won't do that. Or if we hit the level cap, I'll start getting gold as opposed to it. So some options. I think we're going to take our boy here and we're going to move him up. And we're going to get the 750 experience. I'm also going to switch over to her. Going to have her claim this. We just got 2 crystal from that. I'm going to go here and interact with the friendly hero. In addition to moving around the map and visiting interactive objects, your hero can approach another friendly hero. When this happens, the exchange interface will open, allowing you to transfer artifacts and exchange troops. Distribute your forces wisely, split your army between your heroes to defend different locations, or unite under one hero for decisive battles. Tactical interaction between heroes is a key strategic element that helps you overcome even the most formidable challenges. Yes. All right. I want you to basically just kind of throw everything over here. I'm going to leave you with 1. Oh, it doesn't do it that way? All right. And I'm going to split this in half. And we're going to go with that. That works for me. All right, cool. And basic daylight magic and basic ascension. What? Every time a friendly stack dies, all remaining have their H. Oh, that's interesting. We have that too, apparently. All right, Leah, you're going to go over here and gather this. I think you may end up going to town. We'll see what we do from town first. Construct a new building. It looks like I need at least the Mage Guild to get that, but that's okay. I think I'm gonna go with the Hippodrome. Get our the cavalry. So getting at least tier 1 troops early on is super valuable, very, very, very important to do. And you can even at times leave it at that. I'm all right. I'm not gonna lie. This also concerns me a little bit. Does that end the turn? Or does that kick us out of the... What is this? No. Does this leave? Okay. Okay. I was so concerned. I'm like, does that end the turn? Or what does that do? No, that's fine. That works out just fine. Alright. I would like to gather these up. I am going to try to reach back down to you, and I'm going to give you these guys as well. All right. Nope, I won't do that. All right, Leah's going to come down this way. I think we're going to go and take our boy here, and we're going to go to easy battle. Will they flee? They did flee. We could still battle them, or we just let them run. I don't care about doing the battle right now. I'm going to accept the result. We didn't have any casualties. And we get the Popper's Glory Ring, which will allow us to have +1 to morale, it look like. While exploring, the hero can find and equip artifacts, powerful items that enhance their abilities or weaken opponents. The hero can equip 1 main hand weapon and 1 offhand weapon, 1 head artifact, armor, belts, pair of boots, back artifact, 2 rings, 4 items, 1 holy relic. Okay. And I'm going to guess it could also equip a 2-handed weapon, maybe? Huh, artifacts come in 4 rarities: common, rare, epic, and legendary. The higher the rarity, the more powerful the effect. Many artifacts are parts of sets. Equipping multiple parts of the same set will incur or provide additional bonuses. Artifacts from sets can be improved. This requires alchemical dust, and the upgrade is performed directly in the hero's inventory. Interesting. So, if that is what alchemical dust is for, I again, it doesn't really matter. This isn't something that's going to bother me, but it might bother other people that are HOMM fans. Maybe add sulfur as another resource. It might be harder to balance the game doing that, but people are going to complain because it's not exactly the same, right? So maybe just set yourself, I'll say set yourself up for failure, but for success by giving the people what they're going to complain and whine about. All right, we're going to move over here. I can cross. Okay, that's good. Good to know. All right, we're going to end the turn. We've already done everything that we needed to. Going to go back over here. This time around, we are going to build us up the mage guild that we can't because we don't have enough wood, which we're going to go rectify pretty much immediately. All right, this is probably going to be an actual battle. I'm fine with that. Come on down. Let's see what you got. I'm just going to spam wait till I has to do something. Wait. Okay, I can't wait anymore. Boom. Alright, he's gonna waddle forward. This guy's gonna be like, Maha! And now we're just gonna obliterate them. Do. Smack. Goodbye. And then, yeah, same thing again. We're gonna do. And there it is. Sweet victory. Alright. Simple and easy. Well, guys and gals, we've gone an exceptionally long period of time. I didn't realize it was this long, but I think we're going to break it off here, and I guess I'll do a follow-up. So this is just going to be demo coverage, I guess, of the game. So I will choose something going on here. Basic nightshade magic. I'm going to probably go with daylight magic, because it just feels like we're like the Griffin groups, right? So. Or the Sentinel, or whatever they want to call it. I'm going to also move here so I don't forget and not do that next time. And I'll finish up this turn. That's the plan here. All right, she can definitely make the move to all of those things. I'm going to go over here and claim this. Once again, 750 experience. We're going to come down here to this obelisk or learning stone. And it is going to give us something else. Basic tactics. Ah, I'm a fan. I am a fan. Riposte mastery. Whenever friendly creature with a counterattack. Counterattack is refreshed. Each adjacent enemy double the hero's offense. Easy prey. Friendly creatures gain +2 initiative till the end of the round. Oh, that's cool. Alright, and then I suppose we'll grab the alchemical dust. Alchemical dust is a special resource required to improve various elements of the game. It is used to enhance artifacts, upgrade spells, interesting, and construct upgraded creature dwellings in cities. Unlike other resources, there are no mines that produce alchemical dust. You can obtain it in the following ways. Discover it on the global map or by visiting certain objects, acquiring it in the alchemical lab using crystals, gems, and mercury, destroying artifacts to extract a small amount of dust. Yeah, well, I suppose we'll see how that all plays. It's again, it's an interesting thought, an interesting addition to the game that wasn't there before. So I'm here for it. I'd like to see how it goes. This is where our final building that we need to gather up is the gold mine. Ooh, nice. All right, I'm going to head over that way, and we haven't built a building yet, but we can do so now. I'm going to build, as I stated before, the Mage Guild. Mage Guilds are one of the primary sources of spells in Heroes of Might and Magic, the Olden Era, or just Olden Era. Each level of the guild you build unlocks additional spells in the Magic Observatory and teaches them to heroes who visit the city and can learn those spells. Heroes who begin their day in a city with a mage guild also fully restores their mana, allowing them to cast spells again. To explore spells in more detail, manage your magical capabilities, open the Magic Observatory screen. I don't know what that is. Is that this? It is this. Tutorial. Magic. Magic is a key element of the gameplay alongside the army. Heroes can use spells both in combat and on the global map. To cast spells, heroes use a resource called mana. Mana is limited. It's a limited resource that partially restores each new day. If the hero starts in the City of Mage Guild fully restored, yep. Heroes can only use spells that have been added to their spell book. Spells are divided into 4 schools: Daylight, Nightshade, Arcane, and Primal. Each school has its own focus. For example, Daylight magic includes many support spells that strengthen your army. Primal mainly contains combat spells that deal damage. The main way to acquire spells is using the mage guilds in the cities. All spells are ranked by tier from 1st to 5th. By default, heroes can cast tier 1 and tier 2 spells. To access higher tiers, you must learn the corresponding magic skill. Good to know. There are also neutral spells that do not belong to any school. These spells have unique acquisition conditions. Most often, they are unlocked through secondary skills and sub-skills. To learn neutral spells, the hero must reach a certain level. The higher the spell's tier, the higher the required hero level. Very cool stuff we're going to look at in the next episode, guys and gals. This demo and this tutorial is quite robust. I know I've taken a lot of time to explain, over-explain, and have my opinions on things. I apologize if it annoyed anyone, but yeah, we're definitely going to do some more coverage of the demo and the tutorial. Is that a fish? Fish to the face. That is a weapon, and that is wonderful. It goes wobble wobble in battle. Anyway, I'm looking forward to this game. I really do hope it does well. Hooded Horse is fantastic. You guys know that I do have an appreciation for Ubisoft, as they have always taken care of me since the days of HOMM 7. And I was super excited to see this game releasing. And now Hooded Horse has taken over the mantle, it looks like, entirely. Again, I don't know all the details. If I find out, I will let you know. But I'm still optimistic for it. It looks like they have a lot of cool stuff here that they're doing, a lot of cool stuff that they're going to try. And I just hope that the HOMM fan base doesn't do what the HOMM fan base usually does, and the vocal minority ruins everything and makes, developers and publishers not want to work on this series. So please don't do that. Let's support the developers and support the publishers, and let's have more HOMM, because they're fantastic games. Even if you don't like every single change, it's still HOMM in its core, and they're still a lot of fun. And they're one of, if not my absolute favorite series. So, yeah. Be nice to the HOMM people, guys and gals. Be nice. All right, folks, that's it for this episode. I don't know if this is a first look. I'm probably just going to call it demo. Let's play Heroes of Might and Magic Olden Order demo. Olden, my brain's not working anymore. It's fine. Anyway, Olden Era. That's what it is. The Olden Era demo, and yeah, it's going to be great. And we'll play through the tutorial. We'll take our time. We'll look at everything, and we'll try to decipher and just, be a little more analytic than we normally are in most things, where we just go in, we have fun, and we do what we do. So, thank you for listening to me babble. Thanks for listening to me ramble on. Hopefully it wasn't too painful for you guys. Please feel free to share your insights to what you've seen here with me, or if you want to play it yourselves, the demo is available. You guys can go check it out. All right, I'm not going to go on the diatribe I went on. I'm going to edit it out. But, yeah, demo is available. Make sure you guys go and grab it and play it and check it out. It's going to be great. I hope you have a lot of fun playing it. Again, please, comments down below. I want to know your thoughts. I want to know things that you're worried about, things that you're excited about, things that you saw or didn't see or that you're wondering about. And I'm going to do my best to fully explore as much as I can. I am glad that none of the main campaign is available, because I don't want to dive into that and play that yet. I would much rather do all of that once the game officially launches. So I'm cool going through the tutorial. I will probably go through the tutorial again once the game is out, so it's all in one spot, but I will do it much quicker and less analytically, and it won't be the demo version of it. So we'll get to see the final product on that front. All right, folks, thanks for listening to me once again. I've been your host, Bumpy McSquigums. If you want more information about the game, where to get the game, or I guess wishlist the game in this case, more information on the developer, the publisher, any of that stuff, down below in the description of the video. There'll be various links just like there always are. And until the next episode, which is definitely coming, I've been your host, Bumpy McSquigums. Thank you so much for stopping by the Freak Show. We play, we fight, we conquer.